Now, is this all pie in the sky, kumbaya, idealistic, naivete? No. Have a look at what the biggest brands in the world are doing already. We've got the Walmart Sustainability Index. We've got Patagonia's Sustainable Apparel Coalition. We've got the Pepsi Refresh Project. We've got Procter & Gamble's Blogovation Click for Water campaign. We've got Starbucks Shared Planet. They are not just doing this because it's well intended. They are doing it because it's well received. It allows them to build community. And that community allows them to enjoy goodwill, profit, and word-of-mouth advertising. So that's the first pillar of the We First message, which is a new partnership between brands and consumers connected by social technology. Secondly, I would like to introduce a concept called contributory consumption, which builds on some wonderful precursors out there like 1% for the planet, where companies give 1% of their annual profits to the environment, the Product Red campaign, mobile applications like Social Vest, which allow you to buy a product and a small portion of that fee will then go to a cause of your choosing. Contributory consumption is very simple. Imagine a small fraction of every single thing you buy every day went towards a cause that needs help. Very simple. Not a new idea. But what is new is the enormous potential that is now possible today thanks to social media. And what I mean by that is, up till now, we couldn't really push back against the monopolies, the media monopolies that were out there. We had to listen to the television network, we had to listen to our boss, we had to listen to our political representative. Now, we can actually put our hand up and say, this is what I care about. I care about sustainability, I care about autism, I care about the widows of veterans. And this is important to me. So when you reach out and support them in some way, I'm going to celebrate your brand by sharing it with my community. And if you try and fool me by doctoring your Facebook account or deleting tweets, or by doctoring photographs or putting double-page newspaper ads when there's an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico when you really don't believe that they're generally trying to make a difference, then I'm going to punish you with my community as well. And now imagine this in a positive sense. Imagine every retail transaction, every credit card transaction, every mobile transaction, every online transaction, and most importantly, every virtual goods transaction out there included a small proportion of contribution built into it. And let's be realistic. Let's imagine only 5% of the private sector participates. And let's be even more realistic. Let's imagine that only 1% of that 5% actually choose to dedicate a portion of their profits to causes. We will still dwarf the $14 billion raised by corporate foundations every year in a systemic, sustainable way. That's what contributory consumption is about. And then thirdly, we already see brands working together in unprecedented ways. 8 different food companies came together in support of the First Lady's Let's Move anti-obesity initiative recently. They represented 25% of the food supply in the US, and they all agreed to reduce their caloric intake to help fight obesity. We see Nike Green Exchange, where they open up their intellectual property to Best Buy and other companies like Yahoo because they want to address climate change together. We see coalition after coalition of brands coming together, whether it's Hewlett-Packard working with the Clinton Global Initiative, whether it's Nike and Girl Effect working with the Clinton Global Initiative. We see cross-sector partnerships. We are starting to see a growing awareness that brands can no longer be purely competitive, nor can they be locked away in their individual silos. We need to work cross-sector. And so the Global Brand Initiative takes this to its logical conclusion, which is a federation of brands, much like the Clinton Global Initiative, that bring the best of the private sector to the social change space. And how this can work, I will just give you a couple of examples because we're short on time, but brands make a leadership commitment and consumers, for their part, commit to mindful consumption rather than mindless consumption. Brands commit to build prosperity as well as profits, while consumers engage both their online and offline activities. Brands build purpose